So the one nutrient that is going to drive you in good times and bad times is gratitude. And I say it's a nutrient because it nourishes you. It nourishes your mind, which is going to drive you to the right thoughts and choices to nourish your body. And in actuality, it's going to nourish the body by reducing stress and putting you into a positive state, physically, mentally, and emotionally. And when you practice gratitude, it starts to open your mind to other opportunities. You start to develop a positive mindset. Even when things are tough, even when things are hard, you get into this state of gratitude and it just drives you to be able to push forward even when things are looking murky or dark or hard. And it's going to allow you to persevere and work through that to see why you're doing these things. Why are you pushing yourself to a place of discomfort? Why are you going to levels that nobody has gone before? Why are you doing this when everybody else wants to be comfortable and lay in bed and sleep in and not work out and not prioritize their health and optimize their business and personal life? Why are you going through all this? Because you have a bigger, you have a more clear vision of what these sacrifices and these experiences, what they will do to you. They will develop your higher self. You are not going to get to this level without having to go through some trials and tribulations to elevate yourself. It's like a muscle in and of itself. You don't get stronger by just sitting there and thinking about the weights. You got to put yourself through the actual weightlifting and the discomfort and facing yourself in many ways. And gratitude is that thing that can center you. You know, you can be grateful for the pain that you're putting yourself through. You can be grateful for your perseverance. You can be grateful for the vision of your higher self. You can be grateful for the good and the bad. And one practice that I recommend implementing is practicing gratitude in the morning and at night. Our subconscious is optimized and timed out to be very open and accepting to new ideas and information in the morning and at night. It's because when you wake up at first thing in the morning, you're at a deeper brainwave length. You're at a alpha state or at a deeper state. When we're in a beta state, this is where I'm consciously aware I'm going through the day, when we're easily distracted and very superficial, very conscious, I should say. And when you wake up first thing in the morning, your subconscious is very open in that alpha brainwave state. So when you instill things, when you meditate, when you visualize, when you go through a deeper state of thinking and implementing gratitude, what you're doing is you're planting those seeds into the subconscious. And it's an opportunity for you to develop the operating system, the programming from deep within that is ultimately going to lead to better thoughts, choices, and behaviors throughout the rest of the day. And then at night is also a good time before you go to bed to practice gratitude. Because the same thing happens when you're going to bed, you start getting into a deeper brainwave state of mind. So your subconscious mind goes from that beta to alpha to theta to delta to gamma. And when you go into those deeper brainwave states, the more your subconscious mind proverbially opens up. So then you can plant those seeds, whatever you want to visualize, whatever you're striving for, whatever thought processes, beliefs, things that you want to implement. Those are the opportunistic times to implement this. This is why Napoleon Hill says, do it when you wake up and when you go to bed. This is why prayer is so emphasized upon waking up and going to bed. Joe Dispenza talks about it in terms of being able to access the brain waves or the mind in the morning and at night. These are times where you don't have to work hard to implement an effective response. So gratitude is one of those things that will enhance all aspects. Your ability to think through situations, your ability to persevere, your resilience, your stickability, the ability to withstand and hold ground even when things are working against you, which most certainly happens in any endeavor that we pursue that ultimately has a chance of failure, but that by that definition of a chance of failure has a chance to succeed. And when we believe in ourselves and our abilities to succeed and win, that's an opportunity for us to grow. That's an opportunity for us to reach another level in our life, personally and professionally. That's why you signed up for this. This is why you're doing it, to level yourself up. And when we do that from within, it's going to enhance throughout. And gratitude is one of those things that it will help you to see the things around you that truly are wins, that are successes, that are the environment around us that ultimately cultivates the person that we're becoming. So I can't emphasize this enough. Gratitude is so important, so crucial in developing not only your body, but your mind and your spirit. And if you can practice that in the morning and at night, you're going to have profound effects. I promise you that you're going to notice a difference if you're not implementing this right now. So a couple practices that I recommend doing. Number one is a gratitude journal. So just grabbing a journal. Moleskine is a great journal. You can also use Productivity Planner. This is a great productivity planner by Traffic and Funnels. Or you can do something verbally. You can sit down, you can think it, you can talk about it. You can just sit in a chair and meditate about it, or go for a walk. That's been a very good practice where you can appreciate your environment and notice the things in the present moment, taking in the air, taking the temperature, noticing the sun, noticing the stars, the sounds, everything around you, taking your environment and bringing you to the present moment and being grateful. That's a big aspect of gratitude that brings you into the moment. And when you can be in the moment, you can now stop projecting fear. You can stop projecting anything from the past into the future that's negative, or the fear of uncertainty that ultimately stops you from making that jump or taking action on what would otherwise be a huge opportunity, or that one thing that gets you above and beyond and gets you that sale or solution or opportunity that you're looking for. And I think we've all been there where we've won, and we've also been there when we stalled or didn't listen or weren't in the moment, in the present moment. And the more you can practice that gratitude at those times, what you're doing is you're creating an environment subconsciously that ultimately drives the whole operating system as a whole. It's said that we repeat, and up to 90% of the thoughts that we have on a daily basis are on repeat. So subconsciously, there's an operating system that's going on that we're not thinking about, that we're not really controlling. It's just been from our upbringing, from our experience over the years, that ultimately embeds into our subconscious to operate the system that we have throughout the day-to-day. So if you can manipulate that 90% of those thoughts on what's going on, it's going to influence your decisions, and it's going to drive your behaviors, which is going to determine your results. So it's just a trickle-down effect, and it starts with gratitude. Gratitude. So taking note of the simple things. You don't have to get complicated with this. So I recommend, again, repeat. Do it first thing in the morning and before going to bed. A 10-minute walk is all it has to be, just to appreciate and verbalize it, speak it. The more you say it, the more you're going to hear it, the more you're going to internalize it. If you write it down in a journal, as I mentioned, writing 3 to 5 things down as a practice for what you're grateful for morning and night, that's going to help instill that attitude of gratitude. So I hope this serves you well, and install that, and you'll see the profound benefits from seeing the lighter side of things, the brighter side of things, to ultimately facing those trials and tribulations that undoubtedly will occur in life, in our endeavors and our pursuits. It'll make it a much more successful and enjoyable process. Thank you for watching.